right. Hi, everyone. My name is Blerim, and I'm going to talk about observability and monitoring. I work at Izinga, and there we think a lot about monitoring from day to day. What to monitor, how to monitor things, if we should do monitoring or not. And one day, suddenly, the cool kids just stopped doing monitoring. They rather did observability. So there was this new fancy word around, and monitoring was not cool anymore. The slides are not changing, and yeah, there was observability. And then then there was this difference between what is monitoring and what is observability. I'm just going to start with a very short definition, since everyone has a different understanding about what is what and how they behave from each other. Starting with monitoring, it's basically something where you check from the outside the state or the resource of something, and you rather don't know what is inside of the application and how it is behaving and what it is doing. You just have this view from the outside. This is why also many people refer to it as Blackbox Monitoring. So just collecting states and resources. Monitoring has evolved from time to time, so nowadays it's much more than this. But still many people think monitoring is just Blackbox Monitoring, looking from the outside without knowing what is actually running in there. Observability, on the other side, is more like looking inside of the box. So how is the application behaving internally? What are the function calls doing? Where are the stack traces? How do the metrics look like? So instead of just looking from the outside of the box, you rather focus on looking what is happening inside of the application. So working together with your developers is a nice thing here if you have that control. Sorry for that, it's the changing slides. So yeah, and I started thinking about how was the world before observability? Is it really new, or is it something we just discovered? And the first thing I remember is when I started working as a systems engineer 10 years ago, what we did back then is, as the operators, we worked together with our developers, and they wrote some metrics into a MySQL database, which was strange. We moved them from MySQL to RRD files and visualized those data with cacti and even MRTG before, if somebody still remembers that. So this taught me the importance of metrics, which is a crucial part of observability nowadays. Storing these metrics will help you mostly when debugging things. So when something you know is not working, to dig deeper instead of just knowing that it's not working. But there are so many things out there where you don't have the control of changing the application to provide the sufficient metrics you need, like network devices, switches, routers, sensors, hardware in general, or third-party software. There's a high variety of software and hardware in your infrastructure that you cannot change just to get the metrics you need. So diverse technology requires diverse monitoring. And therefore, we have many different things that we don't understand, but we have to monitor them. And we still try to keep the simple things simple by using all of these data and visualizing them not only in graphs, but rather create more like dashboards for the single view, where you don't, because nobody has the time to watch graphs all the day to find the errors. So you rather create some dashboards, some nice dashboards that just show you, is it working or not? Is it failing, or is it warning, or is it okay? And based on these data, we can also do alerting. So why not? We have the current state, and we can use the same mechanism that we used before with our observability tools to drive our alerts as well. And this is actually a really nice approach to do so if you have that data. But at that point, I came to the question if this is still observability, or are we at monitoring again? Is this some kind of wrap-up, mix-up? So in doing right, the two technologies or the two approaches, they somehow merge and blur into something that is not really defined into one single pattern or one single marketing slogan or something. It's just the approach that we use to actually monitor or observe or check or whatever the things that we need. So my conclusion here is that we rather should focus on the things that we try to achieve, or the things that we actually want to do, instead of following some market terms and marketing slogans and what else, and the yeah, and going behind the cool kids that have something new, because sometimes it's not new, it's just something we used to do before under a new term. Thank you very much.